in 4, Italian Festival. Alberta song, the cheer song from the left side of the folder, followed by Fanfare and Processional, followed by O Canada. The cheer song, it's an empty downbeat, it's 1-2-1. I'll just give you one. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, empty beat. see no sign of them, but they did give us the signal, so they must be hiding around the corner back there. Fanfare and processional. Let's do it.
All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our words and our works. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration, those who volunteer on the University Board of Governors, Senate, and Alumni Council, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to serve in our global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be a home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Good afternoon, and a warm welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Ralph Young. I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta and representing the public interest in our university. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue our motto, whatsoever things are true. On behalf of our entire community, I'm delighted to welcome you all to this convocation. We are very pleased that so many friends and family members could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduands. Graduation from the University of Alberta is a significant milestone, and we are honored to share this convocation ceremony with you. The tradition of convocation, a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in the university community, dates back almost 700 years to medieval times. Many generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, today's formal procession to the stage originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. The University coat of arms above us includes the Great Horned Owl, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn from Alberta's coat of arms, and our own golden bear, mascot of our university. Our university motto, Quaecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at the foundation. As Chancellor, I wear our university green and gold with pride and respect. The various academic gowns, hoods, and caps declare in their various designs and colors the qualifications of the faculty who are here to celebrate with you. Similarly, your academic apparel signifies to everyone here and to our society your faculty and your degree of proficiency as graduates. Today, each of you will cross the stage as your name is called, and that will be the most important part of our ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as I congratulate you and shake hands. In that moment, you and the University of Alberta are bound together for all time. Your family and friends are witness to that commitment, and all of the history and tradition within today's ceremony is in honor of you, our graduates. That is why we're so glad that you are all here, and it's your future that we celebrate today. We're also extremely privileged to welcome Ms. Clara Hughes, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of laws. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrates extraordinary achievements, or recognizes remarkable service to society. Joining the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, and Mr. Doug Goss, Chair of the Board of Governors. I'm also equally delighted to welcome here on stage the Honorable Ken Holstrom, Provincial Court of Alberta, Chancellor Kevin Feehan, Newman Theological College, Mr. Simarjit Bal, Vice President, Labour, Graduate Students Association, and Mr. Steve Young, MLA for Edmonton Riverview. I also wish to recognize Elder Leona Carter, who is here today to extend a special personal note of congratulations to our Aboriginal graduates as they receive their degrees. We're all here today to celebrate, and I very much hope that you will enjoy the day. It's now my pleasure to introduce our board chair, Mr. Doug Goss, to bring greetings from the board.
Well, good afternoon. Eminent Chancellor, President Dr. Indira Samasekera, distinguished guests, graduates, family friends, honorary degree recipient Clara Hughes. I'm delighted to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors. You know, Convocation is a very special time when our entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. And indeed, we have much to celebrate, but today we especially gather to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2014. You've achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. As a representative of the Board of Governors, I want to assure you that this university remains absolutely steadfast in its pursuit of being among the great public universities, and our Board of Governors is absolutely committed to delivering excellence across the entire institution. You know, it's an extraordinary time for the University of Alberta in our province. The eyes of the world are truly on us right now, and your degree positions you to compete with the very best in the world. You're only limited, and our province is only limited by ambition and creativity, both of which I know you have and we have in abundance. In short, graduates, you are a pride and joy, and I know you'll bring great honor to this institution as you work to solve the many challenges currently facing our city, our province, and indeed the whole global community. So the Board of Governors salutes you today and hopes that this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Please remain ambitious, remain creative in all your pursuits. Congratulations to you and your families, and our very best wishes in all your future endeavors. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Steve Young, MLA for Edmonton Riverview, to bring greetings on behalf of the government. Steve.
Thank you, Chairman Goss. Wow, what an amazing crowd. I wish you could see the pride, happiness, and sense of accomplishment on your faces. I'm sure there have been some points in your journey to this point that have maybe not have been quite so happy, but it's that struggle that has made you stronger. Eminent Chancellor, President Samasekera, Dean Payton, Dean Cormack, Dean Connor, Dean Doucette, Dean Perfetto McGrath, Dean Hodowiku, and Dean Berger. Mr. Glenn Kubis from the Alumni Association, and Clara Hughes, I offer my sincerest congratulations on your honorary degree for showing that success is not only in the track, but also in life. Faculty members and staff, students, family, and friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is my indeed pleased to bring greetings on behalf of the Honourable Premier of Alberta, Mr. Jim Prentice, and the Minister of Innovation and Advanced Education, Don Scott, and all my colleagues at the Alberta Legislature. It is a real pleasure to join you, the class of 2014, on this joyous occasion. Today marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, one that's filled with infinite possibilities and great promise. Just imagine the amazing future you're going to create. During this time of transition, it's typical to experience a whole range of emotions, excitement for the unknown, optimism for the future, and a bit of nostalgia as you embark upon your new journey of life. While it may seem daunting to make the leap from academia to the workplace, know that your education at this world-class center of learning excellence, not only the knowledge, but the ability to create, to solve, and to discover. This has equipped you with the skills and the knowledge that you need to turn your academic achievements, career goals, and dreams into reality, no matter what those dreams may be. The road you take may be different from those of your peers. Some of you will be driven to pursue further learning. Others will be driven towards a new profession or new career possibilities. Some may even embark on professions that don't even exist, but will pave new paths. Whichever road you take, there are bound to be a few twists, a few forks, and even a few wrong turns. but don't let that discourage you from continuing on. We have a great history of dreamers achieving great things here in Alberta, and I trust that you will help to continue to build on the Alberta's reputation and legacy of success as you stand on the shoulders of giants and challenge to see the future further. When you look at the list of successful university alumni, they extend from science to sociology, from law to literature, education to engineering, or from hockey to health. Regardless of the discipline, they all chased dreams. They took risks, they rolled up their sleeves and looked for new challenges, overcame adversity, and above all, they followed their passion. I know you will do the same. That is the Alberta way. Whether you're from Alberta or you came to Alberta, there is opportunity to use that passion. These are the kind of people who built our province and made it a great place to call home. They are the innovators and entrepreneurs. They are the artists and athletes. They are leaders. They are people like you. And as graduates of the University of Alberta class of 2014, it is now your turn to be bold, to take risks, to build Alberta's future. Wherever your life takes you, I'm confident that you will live up to that responsibility. I'd like to leave you with a favorite quote of mine. It's not the critic who counts, not the one who points out how a strong man stumbled or how the doer of deeds might have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred with the sweat and dust and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short time and time again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself a worthy cause, who, if he knows the triumph of achievement, and who, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that the place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory or defeat. I congratulate you as you embark on your careers as the doers, as the creators, as the change agents, the developers, the innovators, the ones who will kick at the door of the future for Alberta, for Canada and the world. Congratulations and thank you.
Class of 2014, congratulations to you all. Today is a day of celebration and achievement, your achievement. You have worked hard, tested your limits, and passed. A university education at its best is one of the most important intellectual and personal journeys of your life. I hope that your journey has taken you a great distance and included as many rewards as challenges. I want to thank you for journeying with the University of Alberta. Thank you for the privilege of allowing us to be your guides through what no doubt sometimes seemed like a minefield of tricky situations and explosive problems. Thank you for bringing your best to our classrooms and labs, to co-ops and internships, to clubs and committees, and for striving to contribute to the rich, diverse mix of ideas and activities that defines our campus community. Thanks to that diversity, the University of Alberta is a large, complex community. You might even call it a messy, mixed-up place. But if you ask me, that's exactly how it should be. Ours is a world where different disciplines share classrooms, where local meets international, where left meets right, where your perspective can run headlong into mine. And if we are paying attention to each other, something entirely different emerges. Some have called the modern university a multiversity. When you leap into the arena of the multiverse, some days it's hard not to come out of it, a little bruised, but you will also come out stronger, having taken on challenges you may not have known existed before you went in. I hope you agree that's learning at its best. So today, we celebrate your successful journey through the multiverse of a university degree. On the one hand, you're finished, and the other, just beginning. What's next? I remember that question looming very large when I sat where you sit today. Things were different then. When I graduated, I just needed to spruce up my resume and think about preparing applications for graduate school. But you don't just have to box up your books and throw out your notes. You have to clean up that Facebook profile. Reconsider that Twitter handle which seemed really cool when you were 17. Finally get LinkedIn. And figure out how to craft that application letter that will hit all those keywords so it gets past the computer to be seen by a human being. And to top it off, it might even be time to finally move out of the basement. Or maybe move back in. All joking aside, you don't need to tell you that you are graduating into a period of considerable challenges. The job market for new grads is highly competitive right now. This fall, we had many stark reminders that our country, along with the global community, faces significant and urgent social, political, and environmental problems that require ingenious, creative solutions. A lot will be asked of you in the years and decades ahead, but in this, your generation is similar to many who have been here before you. Consider, for example, the U of A's class of 1914. Canada had just entered the war, and before it was over, 3/4 of the U of A student body and half of its staff left campus to serve the war effort. 85 didn't return. You are fortunate today, 100 years later, that you are not faced with such a stark choice. However, there is still so much to do in this world, so much that needs to be done. We need you to embrace the challenges you see, and like so many before, you join in the effort to solve them. It won't be easy, but I have complete confidence that you'll answer that challenge. Why do I have this confidence? I've already noted that you've just completed a journey through the multiverse of the University of Alberta. Along the way, you've acquired experiences, qualifications, and skills that won't appear on your transcript, but will likely prove to be more valuable than what does. First among them, you have learned how to learn. And you've learned how to learn several different things at once. You've figured out how to negotiate the ins and outs of a huge and complex organization. You have also learned how to work with and for others. Most importantly, it is my hope that your time at the University of Alberta has inspired you to seek excellence. Not just the right answer, but excellence. In doing that, I hope that you've discovered the power and strength that emerges from that pursuit. That power is best captured for me in the following quotation. Excellence can be attained if you care more than others think is wise. You risk more than others think is safe. You dream more than others think is practical. And you expect more than others think is possible. Excellence is not, as you might think, the safe route. It is not about fulfilling the expectations of the status quo. It is about reaching for the discovery of new knowledge, new ideas, and new ways of thinking that can lead to great change. I think of the old ways of thinking that had to be broken down by so many courageous people before the Berlin Wall could fall, an event that few in my generation imagined possible until it happened. But as German Chancellor Angela Merkel said at the recent 25th celebration of the fall, and I quote, "The fall of the wall is a message of confidence in our ability to tear down walls today and in future, walls of dictatorship, violence, ideology, and hostility." Is this too good to be true? A daydream that will burst like a bubble? No. The fall of the wall has shown us that dreams do come true. Unquote. Today, we still face problems as intractable and as enormous as the Berlin Wall seemed then. The answers we currently have aren't enough. We need you to care more, to take risks, to dream big, and to find the solutions that have so far eluded us. I urge you to leap into life, to seek excellence, to take on what's next with all of the knowledge, the passion, the ingenuity, and the energy that you have. Graduates, today you enter the family of U of A alumni, numbering more than 275,000. If you look back through the history of our university, you will find so many who have dared greatly and achieved excellence. Now it's your turn. You have the talent, skills, and privileges. Share them generously and passionately with others and with the world. Look to this great U of A family and to today's honorary degree recipient, Ms. Clara Hughes, for inspiration and for guidance. We will continue to be here to guide you, to push you forward, to help you care more, dream more, expect more, and achieve more. Good luck, class of 2014. My warmest congratulations to you all.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it, your own courage or theirs, in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce six-time Olympic medalist Clara Hughes for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Imagine for a moment the strength and stamina required to cycle with the best athletes in the world and winning an Olympic bronze medal. Now, imagine exchanging your bicycle for speed skates, training your mind, your body, and spirit once again to compete against a new set of international peers and winning Olympic gold. And imagine the courage required to share your own story, a balance of public success and personal challenges, with an entire country in the hope of ending the stigma of mental health issues. Today, we celebrate Clara Hughes' determination. She's the only Canadian to have won medals in both the Summer and Winter Olympics, and she served as the Canadian flag bearer for the 2010 Vancouver Olympic Games opening ceremony. A recipient of the International Olympic Committee Sport and Community Trophy, she has also been named as an Officer of the Order of Canada. Today, we celebrate Clara Hughes' vision for future generations and her enduring commitment to empowering and engaging young people across the country to talk about mental illness and to work together in support of mental health. Ms. Hughes defines success as success for the whole person, uplifting us as individuals, as a community, and as a country. Eminent Chancellor, it is with great pride and respect I present to you Clara Hughes.
Clara Hughes, in recognition of an extraordinary Canadian Olympian and an inspiring athlete, role model, mental health advocate, and humanitarian, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, Clara. I'm just going to give this to Colleen.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Chancellor. Thank you, President. Thank you, esteemed platform. And most of all, thank you, graduates, for letting me be here. I was trying to think about what it would feel like to have won one of those gold, silver, bronze Olympic medals, and then had to wait for someone to give a speech before I got it around my neck. So thank you for your patience in allowing me to come here and to share with you today. Thank you to mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers and grandfathers and grandmothers and friends for having the patience to support these amazing graduates, these men and women. You have been their circle of strength. I had my own circle of strength along the way, and I would just like to acknowledge you for putting up with, of course, the highs because they're wonderful, but the lows that we all know have been there along the way. I can stand here and I can share with you what it was like to represent Canada over 23 years in those 2 sports, 6 different Olympic Games, 6 different Olympic medals. I can maybe talk about what it's like to win and how to succeed. But you all know this because you're here today and you're receiving your degree, your title, this incredible honor. So I'm not going to tell you how to do these things. You've already done them. What I would like to share with you is a little bit about the struggle along the way. My own personal struggle and the lessons I learned in going through it, but most importantly in sharing it. I had the chance all of those years to represent Canada and share incredible moments of joy. But when I look back at what I've done, I can't help but think very clearly of where I came from and where I come from, where my roots are firmly planted. I was one of those kids who got into all the trouble that was available. I wasn't a child that was channeled and programmed into high-performance sport at a young age. High-performance sport in the Olympics came to me when I was 16 years old through the television screen in my mom's living room when I was planning on what trouble I was going to get into that night. I saw someone skating in circles for his last time for Canada. His name was Gaëtan Boucher. He didn't win that day. He was the defending Olympic champion, but what he showed me was what it was like to care. He showed me excellence. He showed me commitment, dedication, tenacity, and the willingness to suffer for something that matters. Gaëtan finished in 9th place that day, and he changed my life by what he did and how he did it and what he showed this young kid that was doing everything wrong. My life from that day changed. I went back to school. I started doing things right instead of wrong, and this Olympic odyssey began. Where I come from is also a place of dysfunction in my family, of substance abuse and of mental illness. Sport allowed me to escape this path, this hereditary path that I knew was always a possibility. It allowed me to ignore it and to numb that possibility with the pain and exertion of training and competing in 2 of the toughest endurance sports in the world, long track speed skating and bicycle racing on the roads all around the world. I couldn't run for long, and all of the awards that I received, not those in places of education, although I did go to the U of C for 10 years and didn't manage to finish a single course. Like I said, I skated in circles and turned left. I learned 2 things and I mastered them. But I thought the things that I would win would change me, would make me feel complete. I thought they would fix the wrong and the emptiness and the void that was so clearly inside of me, and that I was numbing with the pain and numbing with these rewards. I learned after that first Olympic experience of winning for Canada 2 bronze medals that nothing outside of me could fix what was wrong inside. And most importantly, I learned that it could not be done alone, the healing I am talking about. It took me 2 years to accept help for my mental health and my mental illness. And I lost 2 years, not just in sport, but more importantly in life. I came back because people cared. I came back because finally I accepted even I was not strong enough to heal alone. I got lucky because that circle of strength was there for me. And it never left. And it went back to the ice and back to the bike. More Olympic Games and, of course, more Olympic medals. But the most important lesson along the way was learning the value of sharing the struggle. It took me 15 years to learn this. And after the Vancouver Olympics, when people would say to me, "I recognized you by your smile. I recognized you as soon as you smiled," I realized it was my duty to share what was really behind this struggle. And I talked for the first time about depression, about struggle, about the demons that were still there dormant inside, but managed because of reaching out and accepting help. This was 5 years ago, and if I can tell you anything, please don't ever, ever think excellence means just winning. Excellence means reaching out, means sharing, means connecting, means mindfulness, means being present for somebody when you see them struggling. That possibility is in each and every one of us. All of you are going to move on into community, into jobs, into lives, into families. Please, if I can tell you anything, don't ever forget the capacity you have to reach out and make a difference, and possibly save a life. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You embody this beautiful nation we call Canada, and what makes it beautiful is our humanity. Thank you very much.
Clara, thank you so much for your reaching out and sharing your story of challenge and sharing your story of hope. It's meant a lot to us, and I know many of us will be enriched by the message that you've left with us today. I would now like to ask you if you would mind signing our This is our University Honor Roll, which is signed by all of our honorary degree recipients. Thank you, Clara. You're now officially part of our family and part of our circle of strength. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will also walk past the University of Alberta's ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates to our community. I look forward to meeting you on stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise and follow on page 4 of the convocation program. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and invest with you all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Paul Payton, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Law. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Li Du. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Laws, Solomon Frimpong Amatung. Shana Catherine Leonard. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Juris Doctor, Rocky Simpson. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Leslie Cormack, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Arts. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Amy Lee Barber. Brett Ryan Bellamy. Brian Robert Gold. Ariane Hannemeyer.
Mine Mohammed Loai Hussein.
Mai Mohammed Loai Hussein. Paul Josie.
Manoj Misra.
Manoj Misra.
Undine.
Ondine Park.
Heian Pham.
Heian Pham. Stacy Lynn Pratt. Rachel Amelia Fitz-Prusco.
Sabo.
Lisa Sarah Sabo Jones.
Soren Tumutsa.
Soren Tumutsa.
Van Netten Blimke.
Linda Johanna Van Netten Blimke. Anne Winkler.
Yakimishin.
Lindsay Janelle Yakimishin. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Arts, Melanie Jean Adams.
This is
Tanya
Tanya.
Carissa Ball. Corinne Elizabeth Bergman. Tatiana Borishuk.
Ryan Boufarage.
Ryan Boufarage. Stephanie Cassandra Brown. Adela Catherine Burke. David Patrick Burke.
Okay. Wan Lu Shang.
Wan Lu Shang. Liang Chi Chen. Yelena Lvovna Durgacheva. Emily Robertson Douglas.
Kataglu.
Jamie Cataglu.
Kerwin.
Erin Muriel Kerwin.
Coral.
Barbara Ann Coral. Bo Lee. Susanna Marin Lynn. Maya Alice Madinsky. Atefe Moseni. Julie Lynn Montreuil. Zandrin Rodriguez. Reza Sebti.
Just Ahmed Salim.
Ahmed Salim.
Gong Shao.
Gong Shao.
Mavanwi.
Laura Mavanwi Stevens.
Tian Tong.
Chan Tang.
Vela.
Sarah Lynn Villa. Joseph Jeffrey Werner.
Sibylla.
Katrina Sibylla Jessica Witt.
Fong Q Yu.
Victoria Fong Q Yu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Fine Arts, Alison June Connolly.
Agnieszka Kozisz.
Agnieszka Koziosz.
Onischuk.
Sarah Colleen Onischuk. Valerie Ann Planche.
This is Levin.
Mia Star Van Leven.
Unju.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Music, Unju Grace Han.
Alyssa Moss Weinzimmer.
Alyssa Moss Weinzimmer.
Just Lyal Schumann.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Design, Lyal Schumann.
Val Surbu.
Val Serbu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Brittany Jill Ball Snellen with first class honours.
Barnard.
Michael Jonathan Barnard. Dylan Steve Bateman with first class honours.
Okay, Chris Beal doesn't have a paper, but this is Chris Beal.
Chris Beal.
Kelta? Okay, Kumber.
Kelta Sandra Kumber with first class honours.
Kubish.
Alexander Dawson Kubish with first class honours.
Carrie Rogers.
Kerry Rogers with first class honours.
Kirsten.
Kirsten Janelle Smith with first class honours.
Michaela Stang.
Michaela Marie Stang with first class honours.
Cameron Akrawi.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Cameron Ahmad Akrawi. Kelly Dawn Alexander.
Al-Bakir Ali.
Al-Bakir Ali.
Zamir Ali.
Zamir Ali.
Sarah Lucia Alvarez.
Sarah Lucia Alvarez.
Chen Yin Ayang.
Chen Yang Yin Ao Yang.
This is Beisel.
Pierce Tyler Beisel.
Belbis.
Daniel William Belbus.
Cadence Bergman.
Cadence Joy Bergman.
Okay, Bodnarek.
Sean Michael Bodnarek with distinction,
Bronte Alexandra Boning-Majot.
who apparently brought his pet elephant to the ceremony today. Bronte Alexandra Boning-Majot.
Bussiere.
Danielle Maureen Boussière with distinction. Bailey Marie Cameron.
Dan Chang.
Dan Chang.
Lei Chen.
Lei Chen.
Young Il Cho.
Young Il Cho.
Jia Hui Chung.
Kara Jia Hoi Chung with distinction.
This is Krennic.
Matthew Lewis Krennic.
Commander.
Lindsay Commander.
Okay, just Sean Cullen.
Sean Cullen.
Curly.
Matthew Charles Curley. Andrew Edward Curry. Diana Francis Davidson.
Yuxin Deng.
Yuxin Deng with distinction. Alexander Stephen Dodd. Martin Paul Doyle.
Grecian.
Damon Joseph Dreschen.
Amabel D'Souza.
Annabelle Gillian D'Souza.
Mayada Eshte.
Mayada Eshte.
Alicia Marie Ames.
Alicia Marie Ames.
Fike.
Peter Matthew Fike.
Okay, this is Fleming.
Margaret Rose Fleming with distinction. Erin Flynn.
Gomez Gomez.
Melissa Gomez Gomez.
Gouda.
Natasha Gouda. Anna Joy Hackman.
Feng He.
Feng He.
Holmstrom.
Keith Victor Hill.
Holmstrom.
Eric Robert Holmstrom with distinction. Stephanie Nicole Ireland.
Jarek.
Dawson Clarence Jarek.
Jarvis.
Stephen Anthony Jarvis with distinction.
Okay, Jessica Dilly Johansson.
Jessica Dilly Johansson.
Carriel.
Allison Ann Carriel with distinction.
Ji Hyun.
Jihyun Kim.
Daria.
Daria Nicola Clipper.
Mario Lai.
Receiving today both his Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Translation Studies, Mario Lai.
Lemanis.
Trina Irene Lemanis.
Brett Michael LeMay.
Brett Michael LeMay.
Lemfers.
Benjamin Clark Lemfers with distinction.
Okay, Chang Lee.
Chang Lee.
Okay, Si Jing Lee.
Si Jing Lee.
Mengtin Lin.
Meng Ting Lin.
Liu. Yaliansi Liu.
Yaliansu Liu.
Ulbrich.
Justin Ulbrich Madsen.
Fauzi Ahmad Malik.
Fauzi Ahmad Malik. Carly Patricia Manning with distinction.
Toto Opokumanu.
Evelyn Akoto Opokumanu. Shane Corey Martin.
McElwain.
Jordana Faye McElwain. Kylie Nicole McGillis.
Mendy.
Grace Nicole Mendy.
Alexandra Małgorzata Migorska.
Alexandra Margoszata Migorska with distinction. Kelsey Sarah Mills.
Neurater.
Susan Ann Neurater.
Alan Parrish.
Alan Parrish. Ashley Ann Marie Pruce with distinction.
Prupich.
Katrina Nicole Prupich.
Ramneek Kaur Purwal.
Ramnik Kaur Purwal.
Kajesta Rajabi.
Receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Peace and Post-Conflict Studies, Kojesta Rajabi.
Sahana Rajkumar.
Sahana Rajkumar. John Rode. Sarah Audrey Russell.
Saunders.
Thomas Jacob Saunders.
Shesnick.
Cara Marie Shesnick with distinction.
Chen Shao.
Chen Shao.
Saleva.
Shannon Salieva.
Okay, Zdenka Stepin.
Zdenka Stepin. Peter David Laurie Stretton.
KYC2.
KYC2.
Robin Holly Taylor New.
Robin Holly Taylor New. Taylor Ann Timmermans.
Jing Yao Tong.
Jingyao Tong.
Trentham.
Kevin Albert Trentham.
Pamela Trong.
Pamela Trong.
Arifa Virani.
Arifa Virani.
Mrs. Voth.
Rachel Alexandra Voth.
Chu Wang.
Chu Wang.
Okay, this is Aaron.
Jamie Aaron Peter Wilson.
Waitenko.
Amanda Lee Wojtenko. Ian James Bryant Wright.
This is Gao Ti Wu.
Gao Chi Wu.
Xiao Shu Wu. Okay, Xiao Shu Wu.
Xiao Shu Wu.
Here. Guangnan Zhou.
Guangnan Zhou.
Liang Yu Zhou.
Ling Yun Zhou. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts in Art and Design.
So He An.
So Hee An.
This is Malenka.
Morgan Kathleen Malenka with distinction. Anna Louise Parker.
Renee Simone Parrott.
Renee Simone Perret with distinction.
This is Sandra Sujin Kim.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Music, Sandra Sujin Kim.
This is Baumfeld.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Criminology, Taylor Randall Baumfeld. David William Joseph Carr. Craig Douglas Carter Gordon.
Hodson.
Brittany Lane Hodgson with distinction.
Rowett.
Lyndon Stephen Rowett. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Design, Janelle Melissa Hollad with distinction.
Heard.
Maxwell Brandon Hurd.
Mullen.
David Bradley Mullen. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Bill Connor, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Extension. For the degree of Master of Arts in Communications and Technology, Ilona Carol Cardinal. Lenore Delde. Diane Lynn Iliuk. Mohammed Rejan Jamil. Glenn Norman Kubish. Chantel Marie Mackenzie McDonald. Barbara Frances Marcinkowski. Margaret Ellen Noden Hamilton. Eva Yua Pang. Om Mani Pokaral. Jonathan Hugh Techmeyer. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Joseph Doucette, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Business. For the degree of Master of Business Administration, Crystal Dawn Baka. Evan Shamsi Bapti. Joshua Vincent Chan. Lapkin Peter Chan. Angelina Cho. Vishal Desor. Sean Gerard Feehan.
This is Gertz.
Jacob Robert Walter Gertz.
Benta Rebecca Halim.
Benta Rebecca Haleen. Christopher Adam Hartman.
This is Huxama.
David Andrew Huxama.
Ahmed Mohammed Metwali.
Mohammed Metwali. Joanne Elizabeth Pattison.
Schenk.
Michael Stephen Schenk. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Financial Management, Mitchell Clark Matthews.
Milne. And how do I say this?
David Scott Milne.
Adebawali Adeshegan.
Adebawali Adeshagan.
Salman Roth.
Salman Rauf.
Mohammed Shahid.
Mohammed Shahid. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Commerce, Odawatosan Rhoda Babatune. Receiving today both his Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in Leadership, Landon Parker Buchholz. Marcus Caney.
Shi Chen.
Shi Chen. Nicole Clark.
Bryce Dominic Coe. Just Bennett Douglas.
Bryce Dominic Coe.
Just Bennett Douglas.
Bennett Douglas.
Sheila Draper.
Danielle Doreen Sheila Draper.
Fang Zhou Du.
Fang Zhou Du.
ID Feng.
ID Feng.
Valerie Pamela Garcia.
Valerie Pamela Garcia with distinction.
Kirsten Alicia G.
Kirsten Alicia G. Zashu Gong. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Commerce and Certificate in International Learning, Yan Yi Kong with distinction. Meng Yan Ko. Cameron Michael Anthony Lamont. Cecilia Jessica Lee. Chushan Lee. Jennifer Lee. Ronald Mack. David Renee Manentag. Daniel Aaron Mitchell. Adam Laser. Shu Mo. Haram Nadim. Julian Kinsman Ing. Mitchell Bowei Ing with distinction. Annie Vu Win with distinction. Christina Elena Roble with distinction. Samuel Adam Rush. Yi Su. Jeremy Douglas Townsend.
Just Clara C.
Clara C. Shuyo Wang with distinction. Jeffrey Reed Williams with distinction. Rhiannon Mary Williams. Jingjing She with distinction. Zhao Shu. Kenny Edmund Yu with distinction. Fei Zheng. Ziki Zhou. Eminent Chancellor, Eminence for the degree of au grade de bilingual Bachelor of Commerce, baccalauréat bilingue en administration des affaires.
Ariane Virginie Roberto Charon.
Ariane Virginie Roberto Charon. On behalf of Professor Joanne Profeto McGrath, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Nursing. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mona Bork-Berskin. Elizabeth Burgess Pinto.
Rosalind Marie Compton.
Rosalind Marie Compton. Rubina Barolia Iqbal.
Arsenault.
Christina Faye Murray Arsenault. Christy Lee Raymond Senyak.
Champion Summerfeld.
Susan Champion Sommerfeld.
Ruth Ashmore Bridgman.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Nursing, receiving today both her Master of Nursing and Graduate Certificate in Learning and Teaching, that is Teaching and Learning in Nursing Education, Kimberly Ruth Ashmore Bridgman. Heather Lee Carlton. Janet Erin Carlson.
Sonia Cheech Matthew.
Sonia Chich Matthew.
Goudman.
Angela Marie Goudman.
Goudreau.
Barbara Ray Goudreau.
Casey Jean Keiko.
Casey Jean Keiko.
Alvina Charlene Rattlesnake.
Alvina Charlene Rattlesnake. Corinne Marie Rogers.
Mrs. Thiessen.
Emily Jane Thiessen.
Trina Elaine Thorne.
Trina Elaine Thorne.
Kovacs Vogel.
Christina Kovacs Vogel.
Just Boris Whitowich.
Boris Whitowich.
Dana Zawartney.
Dana Lynn Zawartney. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Samar Waleed Abugush with distinction. Stephen Paul Andrews. Heather Joanne Blackman with distinction.
Brandt.
Carl David Brandt.
Brow.
Ryan Robert Brow with distinction.
Jacqueline Elise Bullock.
Jacqueline Elise Bullock.
Kaindeck.
Matthew David Kaindeck.
Amanda Frances Campbell.
Amanda Frances Campbell with distinction. Tamara Kimberly Carlson.
Chamberlain.
Heather Lee Chamberlain.
Suyi Chan.
Andrea Suyi Chan.
Mrs. Chung Chi.
Carol Chung Chi Chan.
Samantha Lee Chan.
Samantha Lee Chan.
Wai-Yun Chung.
Catherine Wai-Yun Chung.
Ji-Yun Choi.
Ji-Yun Choi.
Couch.
Joanna Claire Couch with distinction.
Kraus.
Lauren Krause.
Penaflor Cruz.
Jordan Penaflor Cruz. Lindsay Ann Daniels.
Stephanie Eileen Dake.
Stephanie Eileen Dake with distinction.
Laura Colleen Dull.
Laura Colleen Dull with distinction.
Yana Fellman.
Yana Fellman.
Lawrence Angelo Fernandez.
Lawrence Angelo Fernandez.
Quinn Elizabeth Fox.
Quinn Elizabeth Fox with distinction.
Rita Natalie Garcia Canasa.
Rita Natalie Garcia Canasa.
Geldridge.
Megan Lynn Geldrich.
David Claude Godin.
David Claude Godin.
Goudreau.
Dominique Carole Goudreau with distinction.
Gus Birdie.
Stephanie Rose Gosperdi.
This is Ione.
Lauren Ione Hart.
Rezwana Faria Hassan.
Rezwana Faria Hassan with distinction.
Houston.
Joanne Louise Houston with distinction.
Natalie Eileen Kiernan.
Natalie Eileen Kiernan.
Kowalczyk.
Melanie Francis Kowalczyk.
Christensen.
Andrea Dawn Christensen with distinction.
Kwasny.
Stephanie Ray Kwasny with distinction.
Sherry La.
Sherry La.
Sawun Janet Lee.
Sawun Janet Lee. Linda Nicole Leese with distinction.
Ledger.
Alyssa Dawn Ledger.
Lemire.
Kendra Jane Lemire with distinction. Allison Rose Lowe.
Madriga.
Aaron Thomas Madriga with distinction.
Gurdas Tej Singh Man.
Gurdas Tej Singh Man.
McElray.
Kelly Ann McElray.
Erin Nicole McKay.
Erin Nicole McKay.
McLaughlin.
Andrea Kate McLaughlin.
Heather Ramsey Murray.
Heather Ramsey Murray with distinction.
Nadeau.
Nikki Ann Nadeau. Arissa Iriana Natalka Nakonechki. Kelsey Bryn Nelson. Navjot Kaur Ninja.
Kristen.
Kristen Elizabeth Olson with distinction.
G. Hay.
Ji-Hae Park. Blaženka Petunia. Allison Joyce Elizabeth Ritter. Christina Madalena Pereira Shaw with distinction. Sydney Elizabeth Skoreko. Maggie Louise Tachuk.
Nicoletta Torrington.
Nicoletta Torrington.
Trupp.
Christopher Walden Trupp.
Victoria Evelyn Webb.
Victoria Evelyn Webb with distinction.
Weiss.
Karen Leanne Weiss with distinction.
Lindsay Michelle
Lindsay Michelle
White.
White.
Willocks.
Jennifer Erin Willocks with distinction. Erin Elizabeth Wilson.
Natasha Lynn Wilson.
Natasha Lynn Wilson with distinction.
Sheldon Su Tsing Wong.
Sheldon Siu Tsing Wong.
Wooly.
Cynthia Faye Woolley with distinction.
Yake.
Gordon Douglas Yake.
Yee.
Samantha Erin Yee. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Brendan Hokowitu, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Native Studies. For the degree of Master of Arts, Norma Jean Mary Dunning.
Naluniak.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies with honors, Nola Regina Nalunyak.
French eater.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, Sheena Nelly French Eater, who is also today receiving her certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies and certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, Janice Blanche Gray. Cherish Joy Hunter. Receiving so many certificates today that it's hard to read them all. That is the Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, the Certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, and her Certificate in Aboriginal Sport and Recreation, Raylene Dinah Hunter. Receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies and Certificate in Aboriginal Sport and Recreation, Shehela Rose Leonard. Jeannie Victoria Paul.
This is Quintel.
Amy Lynn Ranger Quintal.
Suapegaham.
Jennifer Lissa Shuapegaham. Receiving both his Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies and Certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, Robert James Whitford. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Alan Berger, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Augustana faculty. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, receiving today both her Bachelor of Arts with distinction and Certificate in Community Engagement and Service Learning, Annie Henrietta Crook, with distinction. And Daniel Edward Zenko, with distinction.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Wow, what a great afternoon. I think you'll agree with me that seeing today's graduates cross the stage is impressive. Today is a truly proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 8,699 students at the convocation ceremonies this spring and fall. Graduates, you are now part of the U of A's family. Your U of A degree can never be dissolved. Think of the U of A colors of green and gold. Gold is a precious metal that withstands the ravages of time. It can be molded into any shape, stretched into a fine thread, and still retain its fundamental qualities. It is a fitting symbol of the permanence of the relationship you share with the University of Alberta. Green, on the other hand, is a symbol of growth and change, new beginnings. Taken together, green and gold encapsulate what I hope the education you have received at the University of Alberta means to you. If we have done our job well, your education should be a permanent and enriching feature of your life, as well as an important source of lifelong personal and professional growth. Graduates, it's your turn to get up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to the people who've supported you throughout it all, to your parents, to your siblings, your families, your spouses. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now that I have all of you back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before we formally induct you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you have been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Lavoisier-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan, and captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university. I hope that the images that will accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Wow, if you could see what we see looking at you from this stage, you'd know the future, actually the present, looks so good. And to prove it, I'm just going to take a quick video of you all, and I'll post that with the President's permission on the alumni Twitter page.
Go for it.
Okay. Eminent Chancellor, my name is Glenn Kubish, BA 87, MA 14. It is my honor It's my honor to welcome all of you and officially induct you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Among your alumni family are a Prime Minister, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding business leaders, artists, educators, humanitarians, and cyclists around the world. Today, you become alumni of the University of Alberta and join this illustrious group. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, once again, and as you can, please stand. As new ambassadors for the University of Alberta, use the knowledge you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus or alumna of the University of Alberta, be proud of your degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture lifelong friendships cultivated on this campus. Celebrate our university's many successes and recommend it to others. Take part in your Alumni Association's many events and activities. You are officially a lifetime member of a powerful worldwide network of friends and colleagues. On behalf of all alumni, I am so pleased to welcome you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all the ways you will work to uplift the whole people. Please be seated.
Thank you, Glenn. I'm not sure many of you noticed, but Glenn also graduated with his son today, so that's a very wonderful treasure for their family. Now, a few final words to our graduates. All of us on the stage today understand how hard you've worked to get here. We commend you on your determination and your achievements. Our honorary degree recipient today offered us a brilliant example of leadership, service, the struggle for accomplishment, and real humanity. Dr. Clara Hughes, thank you again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. In accepting our honorary degree, you bring great credit to our university. Graduates, the world is now open for you to be leaders. I encourage you to remember our university motto, in pursuit of truth. I charge you to commit to our university promise of uplifting the whole people through service to your chosen career and to our society. Finally, on your behalf, I wish to thank our superb vocalist, Ms. Katrina Townsend, and our outstanding Convocation Band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Now, a few final thank yous to our graduates. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for taking on the responsibilities of being a university graduate. And thank you for joining our alumni family. I'm now pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshments and fellowships. So graduates, may your dreams take you far, but may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Enjoy your day.
Take out sleigh ride, sleigh ride.